Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is workshop number 4 of a series, the Apps and Agents workshop series. And when I started this, I didn't really know where it was going to go, but it's been a lot of fun and I've learned a lot. So, as an edu creator, I definitely recommend that you teach others how to build the things that you want to learn how to build because teaching is the best way to learn. So I appreciate you all being here with me. Again, this is workshop number 4. So you can go to aiforeducreators.com, which is our newsletter, and that is in the link in my bio. Or you can just go to aiforeducreators.com, sign up for the community, the newsletter. You'll be able to get access to all 4 workshops. This is number 4. You can also go to GPT Pro Builder, which you see here. You can access from there. So this is where we're going to start today. And let's see. Okay, so we're going to do a few things. So I do want to kind of go over the agenda with you, but I'm now realizing that my notes are not pulled up anymore. So just give me a moment. I'm going to do those. So this is a live. I've been live streaming now for a few weeks, well, a couple months. And I've been live streaming with Hendo and Alex Northstar and other people in the community. It's been really great. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this. We started our weekend startup program officially today, and we're each setting 30-day challenges. I invite you all to do the same thing if you would like to, because we have a lot that we've been building and we have a lot to promote. And so one of the best ways to do that is to actually set yourself a 30-day challenge. So what you see here in front of you, this is what we've been building over time. Last week, Hendo was here. He's on daddy duty today, so he's not with us, but he's here in spirit. But last week, he showed you the full project that we've been building. And that is a landing page for our app. So that's what you see here in front of you. The GPT Pro Builder is my app in this case. I have a bunch of apps now because I've been going app wild. We also learned how to build an agent. So this agent here is our community agent called Aya. And again, the difference between an agent, I'm just going to X out so that it refreshes, ends the chat. The difference between an agent and a regular chat bot, because at first glance, this looks like a regular chat bot. By the way, if you're here and you can say hi in the comments, that's really great because I have no idea. That's the thing about video live stream. I have no idea who's here. So if you could say hi to me, that would be wonderful. Let me know if you have any questions. You can use the chat. But right now, I'm just going over what we've actually been building over the last 4 weeks. And this is the 4th week. We're kind of putting it all together, and we're going to talk about building a content automation system to promote our tool, our community, our personal brand, whatever it is that we've been building. We can put all of that together in a nice landing page. If you look at this landing page, there's a link here to join my community. There's a link to join upcoming events. So you can really use landing pages in a big way to promote and market whatever it is that you're building. So this is our voice flow no code chatbot agent. And the difference between an agent and a chatbot, again, is that an agent has more autonomy. So it can actually, it's not just depending on the knowledge base that you give it, but it's actually going out and getting information for you. So for instance, with Aya, she can go out and get information. She can go and get the top 3 AI headlines. She can let you know our upcoming Edu Creator events. She can even sign you up for the rewards program. And for all of these things, she has to leave using I say her because I call the chatbot Aya. She's our community agent assistant. Using the API, she goes and pulls the information and brings it back. So that's what an agent is. So I'm teaching you how to build all these things, the app, and you can use the GPT Pro Builder to actually build the app. You can just come in here and go to start building. You can also come here. If you have a newsletter, an AI newsletter, you can come in and use Aya to give you the top 3 headlines for the day, which is pretty cool. So this is updated every morning when I'm on time with it. Please excuse me when I'm not. But it's nice. It gives you the title, it gives you a little bit of a description, and then it gives you the link. You could literally copy and paste this if you have a newsletter. And if you don't have a newsletter, I highly recommend you start one. We're shifting because the weekend startup has begun. You're going to see my content shifting a lot now into marketing, sales, and promoting your personal brand, which includes all of these things that we're building here. Yay, we have people saying hi. Hi, Cordell. So good to see you. Hi, Ahmed. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you. It means so much, especially since I'm doing this solo today. It means so much when you all give me these awesome comments. It makes me feel like I'm not here alone. So thank you. Please feel free to like blast the comment section if you want. That would be awesome. And ask me any questions. Also, I'd love to know, what have you all built? Have you built a GPT? Have you built an app? Have you built an agent? Have you built a landing page? There's all types of ways to build websites and landing pages. This is just one. I did use Card for this landing page. That's one of the things that we taught. And by the way, there's lots of videos on here. So if you scroll down on the GPT Pro Builder site, you can see some of the videos that I've created. So I do these live streams, and they're long. They're like an hour to an hour and a half. And sometimes people don't want to watch all that. So I also like to create smaller repurposed videos. And the Avas help me with all of this. Those are my AI trained virtual assistants. They are human. So you can see video guides here. I'll be adding more over time. But this is basically what we've been learning how to build in the last 3 workshops. And that's why we're doing the weekend startup program, because we really want to take people from idea to app, website, agent, sell it, turn it into a business. Okay, let me look at the comments. Cordell says, "You're never alone." That is so sweet. Thank you. You're right. I'm never alone. Yes, built GPT working on landing page. Awesome. I love to hear that. The important thing about the landing page is that now you can market it, right? Yes, you could just share the link to your GPT, whatever you're using to build it, but it's a lot more powerful if you say, hey, try my GPT, and here's the landing page for it, because now you can have a video showing how to actually use your GPT in the best way. You can have your agent that tells people more about your community, provide some sort of service to your community. You can have your pricing plan. You can have upcoming workshops. There's so much you can do instead of just sharing the link to the GPT. So that's why we create a landing page. When I started this over a year and a half ago with the one-click course creator, I built a landing page for it with GoDaddy. I didn't know what I had never built a website before, but I wanted a website for the one-click course creator, and it was great. I put a wait list on there. It collected hundreds of emails. Amazing. Delois is here. Hi, Delois. I met Delois over on Clubhouse. She's a Clubhouse friend. So good to see you. And I love to hear that you've built several GPTs. That's amazing. Let us know, you all, in the chat, if you can, what you've done. If you've built apps, agents, GPT, landing page, website, we want to know what you've been building. If you registered to this workshop, then you are automatically in the builders cohort. And if you want to be in our group chat, by the way, I would love to have you in there. Just let me know. We have a group chat on X. DR says, I built a GPT and helping 2 others build as well. Okay, now that makes me happy, because yes, the whole point of the EduCreator one-click community is not just to learn and build yourself, but to teach other people. That's how we expand this. So I love to hear that, DR. Thank you for sharing. Stephanie says that she has built her GPT, working on more. Yeah, I'm on a GPT building spree. At this point, when I have an idea about a GPT, I just go in and build it. Okay, so here's one thing. This was not in the lesson plan, but we're kind of like unscripted here today. I want to share this with you all. I have been creating these knowledge-based GPTs for different subjects, anything really, because what I'm going to show you all today, if my computer cooperates with me, what I'm going to show you today is how to really organize content. in a way so that you always have content that you are creating ready to go. How to organize it, how to automate it, how to schedule it. We're going to look at a new tool today called Later. Does anybody use Later here? That's what we're going to be looking at. Let me know if you use Later. It's a content scheduling tool, and it has a nice free plan. So, you know, I like the free plan so I can try it out. Harsh says, try my GPT. Okay, well, you're going to have to share it with us. Where's your landing page? Where's your landing page? I'm going to start asking for landing pages. We don't just want the link, we want the landing page. You are also active on Clubhouse. I love to know that. Stephanie, engaging chat. Awesome. Okay. So I'm trying to pull my notes up, but that's okay. I'm just going to go off the top of my head. Here's what we're going to do today. I just did an overview to kind of show you what we've been doing over the past few weeks. And really, it's about building the entire business. We've been talking a lot about personal brand, and personal brand includes everything: your newsletter, your community, your apps, your website, your products, your courses, your coaching, your consulting, your agency, everything, all of it. And so we're really putting it together in the weekend startup program, which I am sharing over on my YouTube channels. I'm sharing it more on YouTube than X because this month is all about expanding to other platforms. But I'm really happy to be here on X right now with you all. And for those of you that registered for the workshop, thank you. If you do want to register, you can just go to the link in my bio, GPT Pro Builder, or it's here scrolling along the bottom. And you can officially register, which then gets you into the builders cohort, which is a free cohort I'm doing for people that want to build apps and agents, and hopefully be a part of our summer camp that we are building as well. All right, so I'm just pulling up my notes here. I think I've talked about most of it. So I just showed you what we've been building. The next thing that we're going to do is actually use the GPT Pro Builder to build a quick app, because if you haven't built an app yet, then I really want to show you how quickly you can build your first GPT very easily. And you can use Chip AI for this, which is a free tool that you can build apps on. It's amazing. Or if you have Chat GPT Plus, you can use Chat GPT Plus. Okay, so we're going to do that. And what we're going to do today that we haven't done yet is we're going to get all the way in the GPT Pro Builder after it helps you build your custom instructions for your GPT or your app. Then what it will do, if you keep going, let me know, has anybody here kept going in the GPT Pro Builder so that you actually get the business plan? Because it'll create an entire business plan for you. And then after that, it will create a product marketing plan. So that's what we're going to look at today, because today is all about automating your content marketing. So once you build your app, once you have your products and services, yay, DR, I love it. So glad to hear that. Thank you. Cordell says, let's go expansion. I love it. I love it. Okay, so yeah, that's good. So we're going to create the marketing plan today. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Stephanie too. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. And then I'm introducing a tool that I do not talk about enough, but I love so much. And I'm going all the way back to basics right now because, again, I have this weekend startup program going on. And so we're going all the way back to the beginning of organizing content. So I'm going to be showing you all today how I'm using Notion and Glasp, which is a Chrome extension, highlighting, summarizing, amazing tool, and my new GPT, the Text Makeover, to create this content automation repurposing system. It's amazing. So we're going to do that as well. I'm going to show you how to use Glasp, how to integrate it with Notion, because the two work together beautifully. Let me know if you use Notion, Glasp. I love knowing what you all know, what you've never used before. Anybody in here a Notion fan, Obsidian fan, Evernote? Do you all use a digital note-taking system? Let me know. And then we're going to go through a process of actually using the Text Makeover tool. And what the Text Makeover tool does, I have all these transcripts, okay? Transcripts from live videos, transcripts from audio spaces, transcripts from YouTube videos that I watch and love and use Glasp to transcribe, but they're messy transcripts. It's just like one run-on sentence that goes on forever. So I created a GPT that cleans up the transcript for me, so it's really easy to read. It's nice and clean. I call it Text Makeover. And it summarizes. And then what I'm doing, and this is what I'm going to show you all today, I'm using that to create new content, guides, presentations, video scripts, threads, anything, any kind of content you want. There's something about cleaning up the transcript and then using that cleaned up transcript to then create content that's like so good. So I had to show you all this today. I kind of changed up what we were going to do because I felt like this would be a lot more beneficial for you all. I want us to start actually promoting our apps and our websites and what we're working on. And so if we have a clear plan and then we have a way to automate the content, that's what we want. So yeah, we're also going to talk about later. So that'll be later. But I was using Metricool, and let me know if you all are using something to schedule your content. I was using Metricool, but I was having an issue with certain connections. So I'm trying later. I'm on the free plan, and it's allowing me to post to YouTube, X, and LinkedIn and schedule it and set it up. And I'm working with the AVAs. I'm training them how to use it because I do it first and then I delegate it over to my virtual assistants because I don't have time just, to do this stuff. I'm a full-time mama, full-time business owner, entrepreneur. Okay. Stephanie says she uses Notion. Awesome. Mariette is here. Hi, Mariette. I've been thinking about you. I have a guest right now. Some of you know I do Airbnb. She's a lawyer. I was like, oh, I thought of Mariette, who's also a lawyer and loves AI. I use Notion, but not Glasp. Excited to learn more. Awesome. I'm excited to show you all Glasp. Glasp with the GLASP. And Harsh says you use Notion. Awesome. Okay, so let's jump in and get started. We did the overview there, so that's good. So what I want to do now is I'm actually going to take you all into Notion, and then we're going to go back into the GPT Pro Builder. We're going to build a quick app just so I can show you the product marketing plan, because I feel like a lot of you are not you don't keep going in the process, and so you don't get the full benefit of it. It'll build you your custom instructions. It will also build you a business plan, and then it'll use that business plan and the custom instructions to build your product marketing plan. So what I'm going to show you first is, and this is something I'll be teaching over time, starting with the weekend startup participants, and then over time we'll be adding, I'll be creating this content and shipping it, publishing it. But what I want to show you all is what my command center, that's what I call it. I call it my command center in Notion. And if you use Notion or anything like this, you want to have one place that has all of your stuff as organized as possible. Okay. And so I call this my command center. And what I'm doing is actually turning this into a template. So once it's a template, you'll be able to actually get the full template and just copy this. But this is a one page in Notion. All right. You can have as many pages. I am on the paid plan because I use it with my team. And my agency is an agency tool for sure. It's our project management tool, our CRM, our content database, everything. So I'm happy to pay for it, but it is free. You can get started and do a lot with it for free. So I'd recommend you all have something like this where you are setting up what you're publishing and shipping every day. If you really want to be a content creator that's going to be able to monetize and grow a business, grow a personal brand, the content daily is so important. And if we can use AI, hi Monique, so good to see you. We can use AI to create the content, and not just like AI generated content that's boring. No, it's coming from our knowledge base, which by the way, I didn't finish saying what I was saying earlier about how I'm building these knowledge-based GPTs. So like if there's a content creator that I'm watching a lot on YouTube, I will take the transcript and use Text Makeover and put it into a GPT for that content creator, like an Alex Hormozy GPT, and I load up the knowledge base with the transcripts and content, and then I can just ask that one GPT questions about Alex Hormozy. This is a service you can offer for people. You can offer to create people their digital twin, and it's a GPT, and you just upload. You just upload their content. If they're a Spaces host, they have hours and hours and hours of live audio content that you can easily transcribe, clean up, repurpose, offer this as a service. All right, so let's see. There's a couple comments here. Yes, the logo, all of my logos are AI generated. I also have a command center. Awesome. That's really cool. Okay, so I have a calendar here in Notion, which is just one of the databases. So the thing I love a lot of things about Notion. One, you can share any of your pages as a website. So I can share this as an actual website, or I can create a template out of it. People are out here making money off of digital templates with Notion. So what I would love for you all to do is build yourself a database in Notion and just choose calendar as the view. And each day you'll want to put in here what you are actually publishing. So you see, for me, and we're going to talk more about this system, but I call the first main post I do the anchor post, and that's a large post. So I'm going from a transcript to maybe a guide or an article, a larger piece of content, and then I'm breaking it down into smaller pieces, then blog posts, and then threads, and video clips, and faceless videos. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I also have the other content I'm doing, the live content I'm doing, posts, so that the AVAs can go in, because they're the ones that ultimately use later to schedule. They'll use the best thing. For some clients, we would need to use like Metricool. It just depends, on some different things. There's different tools that we use, but today we're going to look at later because we want to try that out. So you want to have everything, you want to own your content, and you want to have it organized. Okay, so each of these are a page. So if let's say I click on workshop 4, which is what we're in now, these are just my quick notes for workshop 4. So it's going to take me into a whole page for this. You see, and this is what I was looking at earlier, just to make sure that I mentioned everything. So this is the beginning of the command center. And then what we have here, I'm really excited to teach this. This is a new project management / life organization method. If you all know me, you know I love frameworks. Okay, so I can't wait to teach you all this. I'm teaching Weekend Startup first because they're my special beta test group right now with this new curriculum that I'm designing, but this is part of it. So part of this curriculum, session 1, that we're starting today, is all about getting our content organized. Stephanie put up the fire signs. I love it. Yeah, I love when I get back into Notion. My life falls into place so much better when I'm actually using an organization system. So this one's called Para, and we're not going to talk about it too much today, but it's a way to organize everything. And there's lots of different things you can use. I recommend you find what's best for you. Again, I'm going to be teaching how to actually build this, and I'm going to create a template for it so you can just have it and, put in your own images. But, and then I'll just keep scrolling. I have a couple databases here too, all of the apps and agents I'm working on. This isn't all of them, but I'm going to collect them all here. I'm even starting a subscription manager because I really want to keep track of the things that I'm paying for, how much I'm paying, when they're due. So you can put whatever you want in your command center, but I recommend having a central location for your content and what you're working on. So I'm going to come in here to projects, which is really like a catch-all for all of your projects. And Tiago Forte, who's the one that came up with this Para system, he says that most people have about 25 to 30 projects, which might sound like a lot, but it's all the little stuff too. So it's not just big projects, but sometimes it's the sub projects that need to be focused on. So the way I have mine set up is I have a milestones and timelines. We started an Apps and Agents campaign today with the Weekend Startup. And then you can you see, again, Notion has different databases. So For this one, I use the timeline database. For this one, I'm using the board database. And these are my different projects. These ones are not categorized yet. Doesn't mean I haven't started on them, but I'm just I haven't categorized them. And then I have my in-process projects. And if you see people, it's because I have different, clients or people that I'm working with, and then different projects that I'm working on. And then I have my projects that need to be finalized. So it helps me to prioritize. It helps me to know what to look at. So what we're doing today is actually focusing on this content creation automation system, because this is something that we are offering now as a service for the One Click Creator Agency with me and the Avas. So we've been talking to a lot of different content creators. This is why my client intake has increased, because we've gotten a lot clearer on how we're actually repurposing our clients' content. So Spaces hosts or podcast hosts, we can take their transcripts and just make all types of content with it. So I want to teach you all this because you can offer this as a service as well. And ultimately, this is what I'm about to show you now. So I'll be teaching this over time. I can't teach the whole thing today, but I'm going to teach you pieces of it. And this is where the workshops will go, because I just think that for content creators, including myself, this is the most powerful thing we can learn how to do, is how to be really smart with our content. So we're, going live, we're creating content for maybe an hour to 2 hours. It might be a space, it might be a live stream. And then we're taking that transcript and we're repurposing the content so that our content calendar is filled. We're able to post 3 times a day if we want, 9, 12, 5 p.m. On multiple platforms, and not just doing posts and video shorts, but doing articles on Medium, on Reddit, on LinkedIn, on X, doing carousels, just doing it all. And that might sound overwhelming, but once you learn the system and you start getting into the habit of using the system, then you see these automations always take the work up front, but then once you've got them going, it's smooth like butter and you can work on the next thing. Maybe you've been neglecting your newsletter or that email list. But this is really important to get going because, again, we want you all to promote your apps. All right, so we're going to come back here. I'm going to keep this up like this, but we're going to take a little transition. Let me know what you all think. If you have any questions, what we're going to do now is transition back to the GPT Pro Builder, but I'd love to hear any comments from you all. Any questions? I'm going to take a drink of water. Now can be some engagement time. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, what did Stephanie say? Love that idea for subs management. I'm glad you love it. I love talking Notion and organization. Thank you, Stephanie. You're so nice. Okay. So we're going to go into the GPT Pro Builder. You can just come in here to start building, and it's going to take you into the GPT Pro Builder if it's your first time using it. And again, we learned how to build this. I believe it was session 1, workshop 1, which you have access to. You can go to AI for Edu Creators, join the builders cohort, DM me. But I did a whole live stream showing how to build your app with the GPT Pro Builder and with Chip. So what you're looking at right here is created with Chip. Okay. And so what the GPT Pro Builder allows you to do is create, maybe you're not really sure where to start. It's going to give you ideas to not only create an app, but a specific app for a business and a problem that they're having. So this is where a lot of entrepreneurs, creators get stuck, is that we're not getting clear enough on what problem it is that we're solving. So the GPT Pro Builder doesn't just help you build the app, it helps you get clear on the problem that you're solving. And so it's taking you through a process of actually figuring that out. So what I want to do, I'm just going to take a moment and see if anybody wants to actually build this live. I can go through this and just kind of pick as I go along because I can create apps all day. But if somebody would like to pick an industry, because that's how it starts, you click the Let's Build a GPT business, and then it's going to give you a list of 10 industry of. So if you have an industry, you want us to build it live, you're engaged in the chat, just let me know. Just put in one of these industries: education, entertainment, e-commerce, real estate. Whoever's first to put it in the chat, I'll build the app live. And if no one puts anything in, that's okay. Like I said, I can always pick something. By the way, if you're using this and you don't see your industry, like maybe you have an app in mind, but you don't see the industry, or you're not really sure what industry it would be, you can just tell it the industry, even if you don't see it here, or you can just start with telling it what app you want to build. Sometimes you know what you want to build, and it'll still help you, and it'll take you through the process of understanding what the problem is that you're solving. And it's using that to build your business plan, your product marketing. So that's why I recommend, even if you've already built the app, take it through this process so that you can get some ideas. So Stephanie said customer service. Thank you, Stephanie, my ride or die OG. And Monique is here, my other OG. Let me know who's here. I'd love to know who's here. Please send me a message in the chat. Okay, so Stephanie picked customer service. This is a great one. And by the way, you all, please get into the business of building custom AI solutions for people. You do not necessarily have to be a pro in that area to help them develop an app. They're the pro. So you get the expert information from them and you build an app for them. All right, so Stephanie, I know you said inconsistent service quality, so let me know if you want to pick one of these, but what it's going to start with are the pain points for customer service. Now, if you don't like any of these, you want to see more, just ask for another one. But let's see, I'm going to say, I always love anything. Hi, Shola, good to see you. I always love anything that talks about personalizing. So I'm just going to roll through this and choose personalizing. And by the way, you can put the number. So if it's the fifth one, you could put number 5. I just copy pasted. You can also ask for 5 more. Like if you don't like these pain points, you can look for other ones. It's using Chat GPT 4.0 and actually pulling from the internet to get the pain points as well. And then what it's going to do, once you pick the pain point, the problem that you want to focus on, it's going to give you some valuable and effective ways. So you get to choose the solution. And then after this, it's going to give you it's going to give you 5 options for a GPT. And then after that, that's the last question, and it'll actually build it for you. So again, I chose personal response generation. And the reason for this is because I find personalization to be very powerful. Like if you approach a business, a customer service business, with a personalization tool, and remember, use this as a lead magnet. That's why it's important to build the landing page, so that when you create an email or you do outreach, you have a nice landing page to show with your tool. And you can say, hey, I have this tool. I'd love to show you how to use it. It's free. But the personalization seems to be pretty effective. All right, so now let's pick another one. So now it's giving us the GPT idea. So now we pick our GPT. Oh, this is good. Multilingual personalized responder. I'm going to pick that because I live in Miami. And so there's actually a lot of people here who need translation services. So now it's going to actually start building. And while it's doing that, I just have to respond to this hilarious chat message going on, because we have Stephanie here saying, Shola, what's my word from Saturday? Shola says, creasing me up. We got to hear Shola's beautiful voice in Monique's space on Saturday, and she was saying, creasing me up. That's her British accent. It was so funny. I love it. I love that y'all are having this conversation in the chat. That makes me happy. So now you see what it does here is it gives you your custom instructions. Now you can read over this. If you don't like it, you can edit it. That's what the prompt is for. You can even upload a knowledge base here, anything that you want. But for the purpose of today, we're going to keep going because I want to show you all how this will create your business plan. So I'm just going to type business plan, or you could type continue. And then I'm going to show you how it will create your actual product marketing plan, which is really cool. All right, so it's creating the business plan for this GPT. So if I want to go out and turn this into a business, you absolutely can. Just because it took you minutes to do does not mean that it's not highly valuable and that there are not many businesses out there who do not have a custom tool like this. This is what people are sleeping on. Yes, ChatGPT is great, but it's going to be the custom AI solutions that really elevate businesses to the next level. And you all can create these things, put it in a nice landing page, and go out there and get business with it. Okay, so it gave us the business plan. Now is where the magic happens. So it wants to help us create a social media marketing plan. I recommend you do this per platform. Okay, so it wants to know what preferred platform, how often I'd like to post, and which formats. So I'm focusing a lot more on YouTube. So I'm just going to say YouTube, and I'm going to say shorts and tutorials. So you say what type of content and then how often, and 5 days per week. Okay, so this is where you personalize it. And now what it's going to do is create a nice, it's going to create a nice table to give us our content plan. And this is just for ideas, okay? So that you have ideas. I'm also about to show you another type of system where you are just never going to run out of ideas. But these are specific pieces of content related to your app, which is really nice. And remember, if you want to continue having, I'm just reading this right now, improving customer service, highlight the, yeah, these are great. Multilingual support snapshots, show videos of you using the tool. So it's given all types of stuff. ChatGPT 4.0 tends to show out. I love it. A little video script outline, and you can ask for more. And another thing you can do, let's say you're planning for Monday, right? You're planning, you've got your Notion calendar open, and you're planning for your next day's content. You can come in here and highlight this, right? Okay, this was a YouTube video short. I can just copy this, paste it in here, and say, please create a script for this short. And then you just paste in the topic. So if you want AI to continue creating the content for you, this is how you do it. Okay? And you could do that for anything. You could do this for an article, for post, for thread. And you come in here, edit it. It's your style, it's your content, but this is how you personalize it. Now, of course, you can take all of this entire plan, you can copy it, and I recommend you paste it right into Notion. So that's why we use Notion to collect this content, organize it. So now what we're going to do is actually transition back over to Notion, and we're going to just kind of switch gears for a second and kind of get away from that sample product marketing plan we just made. And we're going to swap to another way that you can collect, organize, and repurpose content. So that was one way. You can create a content plan for your GPT. Another way, which I'm about to show you now, I'm just setting it up. And this is really powerful. So if you're anything like me, what did Stephanie say here? So good, Christelle. Question: can we save outputs similar to regular Chat GPT? Like, you can. So you can, when you log back in, you can actually, it saves your chat. That's the cool thing about using Chip AI instead of, well, not necessarily instead of, but using Chip AI is that people can log in and view their chat history. So here it is up here. Is this what you mean, Stephanie? Can we save outputs, chat history? You can come here and this is your whole chat history. But again, we want to get into the habit of copy and pasting. And this is why we want to have Notion there ready to go. Because even if you're on your phone, Notion works so nice on the phone. So you can just copy, paste right into Notion and save it for later. And this will have its own project, right? So like this GPT would have its own project. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now. Thank you so much, Shola and Stephanie. Y'all are so nice. I appreciate the kind words. By the way, if you're just joining us, if you want to register officially for this event and get the replay, join the cohort, the builders cohort, we have a group chat. If you're not in it, please let me know. I would love to add you. But yeah, so you can go to the GPT Pro Builder, or you can go to AI for Educators, join our community that way. Okay, so we're going to transition a little bit now into the content system I've been using that I'm just in love with, and I'm so excited to share with you all. So I'm using Glasp, and I've been using it for a while, but I kind of stopped, and I'm falling back in love with it because for Get AI Creative, which is our Tuesday show with Hendo and Alex Northstar, go to my bio, please, on X, my timeline. You'll see a link there so you can join us tomorrow. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow instead of 2 p.m. And I go live every day. Okay, so follow me on X, subscribe. I now have 2 YouTube channels. One under my name, Christelle, the other one under One Click Creator, which is the agency and the community. Okay, so Glasp is a tool for, and I have a little tutorial to show how to use it, but it's a tool to highlight, organize content. It's a Chrome extension. You can go to glasp.co. Glasp.co. If anyone can grab it and put it in the chat, that would be awesome. And download the Chrome extension. So if you want to start doing this now, if you're on your computer, I would go ahead and just download the Chrome extension. You're going to want to use this, especially if you're using Notion. I'm going to show you how to integrate the two and create this type of database that you see in front of you, where you can just automatically send your highlights. And this is the beginning of the content creation system. And the reason you would use this is if you're anything like me, I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, I'm reading articles, I have my own content, and I can't always go back and listen to the whole thing or listen to a 45-minute YouTube video. So the system I'm showing you is how to take the content, clean it up, the transcript, the article, summarize it, and then repurpose that content into new content so that you're constantly, you have this bank of content from the content that you love or have already created, if that makes sense. It's like the ultimate repurpose system. So if we start here, I'm going to show you what one of the pages looks like and then show you how I created this with Glasp, sorry. Okay, so this is an example. This is a database. And again, it's automatically built. I'm going to show you how we build it. I didn't build this. It's through an integration, so it's automated. So when I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm like, ooh, yes, I want to use this. This is good. I don't want to lose it. I'm showing you how not only I organize it and keep it, but then how I repurpose it for other content. So right now I have the weekend startup going on, and it's a program to help creators, agency owners, course creators, whoever, entrepreneurs build their personal brand. And we're calling it the Personal Brand MVP. So I'm looking at a lot of content about personal brand. So this is what the page looks like for a video. So this is one YouTube video. I have my highlights in here. I have my summary. I even have a step-by-step guide that I created using the Text Makeover and the transcript. So that's what I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is a full guide that I'm using for my program. And I have this as a toggle. So I'm just going to close it so it stays nice and neat. And then this is my cleaned up transcript. So I created this cleaned up transcript using the Text Makeover GPT. Okay, that's a new GPT I created. And it's been amazing because not only does it allow me to quickly read the video instead of having to listen to it, or article or web page, but it allows me to then repurpose it into new content. So like I showed you here, I repurpose this transcript into a step-by-step guide that I now have here. That's going to help me. This is going to be our anchor for the 30-day program that we're doing. And by the way, you all can join Weekend Startup. It's open for founders. The wait list is on. If you want to become a founder, please DM me. We would love to have you. This is like a really cool program. And we have a summer camp that we're doing in August. We're having our first Miami wellness retreat, lots of stuff going on. So please join the community, sign up for the newsletter, AI for Edu Creators. It's in my X bio, or you can just go to aiforeducreators.com. All right, so let me show you now how I did this. Okay, so you'll want to start, of course, by downloading the Glasp Chrome extension. Okay. So once you download, let me just pull up a video here. So once you download the Glasp Chrome extension, you will see it show up next to your YouTube videos. And it looks like this. It's this little diamond here. Okay. And again, it's Glasp, GLASP.co, C-O, Glasp. And so it allows you, in addition to being able to highlight articles, upload PDFs, it allows you to create transcripts to get the transcript. So you just press this down button. Now, this is the first step in the system. Okay, so you're watching a video on your laptop. If you're on your phone, it's a slightly different system. You can still do this, but it's slightly different. But this works best on your laptop. So if I'm on my phone, then I just save the video and I come do this process later on my laptop. So now I'm teaching you the process. Okay, this is step one. I'm watching a video. I'm like, ooh, this is really good. I either want to go deeper with it for my own knowledge, or I want to use it as content, repurpose it. So the first thing we're doing is clicking this button here so that we get the entire transcript. And then as we're listening, we can come in and highlight portions of the transcript that we want to remember for later. So I'm really teaching you how to be a great student so that you can capture the content and easily use it later. So it makes it super easy for you so that as you're reading, you just come over here. My computer's being a little slow as usual. Okay, you highlight, and then this will come up. You pick your highlight. I'm going to choose pink. Now, this part's really important. Even if you don't have a ton of time, do at least one highlight, and it can be a random one like I did here. I recommend finding a good highlight, but for the purpose of the video, I just highlighted because this begins the automation. So when you do this, it automatically adds this video to your highlights in your Glasp dashboard, and this is really important. Okay. Now, the second thing that we're going to do here, so there's a couple different processes. I don't know that I'll have time to show this today. I'll create another video for it, but I actually went in here. Where did I go? I'm trying to remember how I even did this. There we go. So I have to actually close it. I went into settings here. And I actually figured out that there's a way for me to, let me actually show, just in case anyone wants to get a little bit more technical, I'm just going to quickly show you this. You can actually go into the extension settings. And what I did was I added my custom GPT, the Text Makeover. I'm having it use that as the AI model. And this is really cool. You don't have to use this. And I put in here, you can put in your own prompts. So basically you can customize the Glasp Chrome extension. So I would take a look at this, okay? Click around, press some buttons. You find things when you click buttons. So I have it customized to automatically go to my GPT, the Text Makeover. But if you don't do this, it's okay. What you can do is come here and you can get the transcript. Again, go press the down arrow and click copy. So you'll want to click copy to copy the entire transcript. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this inside of the text makeover. Now I have the, why is that important? That's a really good question. Because it automates it. So if you don't do this, then you just have to make sure that you have to go into ChatGPT or find the text makeover wherever you have that link. And then you'll copy and paste this into the GPT. This basically skips that step. You press the button, and as you can see here, it's loading right now, but it's automatically taking me into the text makeover. I don't have to go find text makeover. It automatically takes me in. It's pretty cool. And you all could create your own GPT. Maybe, like, what do you want to do with the transcripts? Maybe you want to turn it into a lesson plan every time, or maybe you want to turn it into anything. You can customize it, is what I'm showing you, or you can put the text makeover link in there and it'll just automatically clean up the transcript for you. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and paste it in here. So I just pasted in this entire messy transcript, okay, that I copied, and I'm going to hit enter. And now it's going to clean it up for me. So see, it's giving it a makeover. So it's breaking it up into chapters. It's giving me a timestamp, which isn't always correct. Giving me a summary for each chapter, and then cleaning up the transcription. And now from here, and a couple of things to note. If this is a really long transcription, you might need to hit continue generating. Sometimes it gets a little lazy at the end, so you might need to say, reminder, give me the full transcript. So these are just little things that I'm still working on with training the GPT, but it works really well with, 20-minute videos. And again, it works well for longer too. You just might have to hit the continue generating button, which is not a big deal. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to put all of this together. Link for text makeover GPT. Yes, that's a great. So I can grab it right here. Copy link. And where can I put it? I think I can put it. Can I chat with you all? Let me see if I can put it in our chat here. Can't post comment to some destinations. Let me see if this works. All right, so I think I should actually be able to pin the link. I think I've done this before, so just give me a moment and I will pin the link. I would love for you all to use this and try it. Okay, yay, there it is. Awesome. Okay, so now just going back here. I'm going to close this out, just kind of closing up some tabs, because now what I'm going to do is show you how to create this Notion page and put it all together. Okay. So remember I told you that when you're watching the actual YouTube video, oops, I don't know why that happened. When you're watching the actual YouTube video, I said to make sure that you highlight something because it will automatically upload it into your Glasp dashboard, which is what you want. And so in just a moment, for some reason, my laptop, it kicked me out of StreamYard, so I'm just loading back in. But hopefully, I know we're coming up to the hour, so I might need to do a part 2 of this. We covered a lot there, but I would like to at least show you all how to integrate Glasp. I want to show you the dashboard of Glasp. I'd like to show you how to integrate it with Notion, because that's really important, and get the entire content page like I showed you. So we should be able to do that relatively quickly here. Okay. So let's see, I'm just gonna share my screen again. Looks like I'm back in, so we should be able to get started. Share screen. And we're gonna start in Glasp here. Okay, so this is the Glasp dashboard. Sorry, you all, just give me one moment. Okay. This is the Glasp dashboard. And when you make a highlight, it automatically saves here under highlights. Now, what I'm about to show you is the process for sending this information now to Notion. Now, this is your main dashboard in Glasp. There's a lot we can do here. I'm going to be doing more and more videos on this because there's so much you can do in Glasp. The Ask Your Clone feature is really cool. It's basically a knowledge base for all your highlights. So the more you're highlighting, they even have this fun feature here where they show you the days that you're highlighting. The more you highlight, the more you save content here, the better your knowledge base is going to be. So I'm going to come to home first because I want to show you all how to actually integrate this with Notion. So you do need a Notion account. Actually, I'm going to go to my highlights. So over here on the right, you see this plus button. You want to hit the plus button, and then there's a button here that says integrations and APIs. Okay. So this is part of the content automation system. You want to find these integrations. If you use Readwise, take a look at some of these integrations because you might use Kindle, Readwise, Medium. I'm going to look into these over time because I'm all about the integrations. But you'll want to come here. There will be a button for you to click to set up the integration, and then you just need to go through the process to connect. It should be relatively simple as long as you have a Notion account already set up. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to tell you is that you do need to create a new page in Notion. And this page is where your content will go for the database. So let me actually show you how to do this, just in case you don't know. So we're going to go back to Notion really quick. And I'm just going to open up a new page. Let me share the tab. Because you need to let it know basically where to send your highlights and where to send your content in Notion. So I created a database that I showed you all a little bit earlier. So I just opened up a new page here just by clicking this pencil button. And then I'm giving it a title. So basically Notion, it's a database tool and it's a document tool. So you can treat this like a regular document, but then it also is a web page tool and many other things. So you can start a new page and call it, Glasp highlights. And then that's it. And when you do the integration, so once you have the page and you do the integration here, it'll ask you what page you want to send your content to, and you would just choose whatever you called it. So I called it Glasp highlights. So that's where it would go. Okay, so that's how you do the integration. If you have questions on that, I know I kind of did a high-level overview. Just ask me. You can DM me on X. You can email me. You'll be getting emails from me every day for the next 30 days because we're doing a campaign. So if you hate that, you can unsubscribe, but I hope you don't. Okay, so once we have this integrated, now we can come to whatever the highlight is. So in this case, it can be the how to organize your digital life, like I just showed. That's why this highlight's on the top. There's a couple of other things you can do here. You can add tags, which I recommend because those tags will transfer over to Notion and help you categorize your content. This is part of organizing it. You want to categorize it because let's say you want to create an article all about the second brain. You're building your second brain, you want to share with your community. You can use all the different content that you tagged and it'll be very helpful later on. You can put who it's by. You can even create an AI summary here, which is nice. You can copy that AI summary. I'm going to actually put it in my clipboard now by copying. You can actually post on X. There's some other cool things you can do here. If you see a quote that you like from your highlight, you can actually highlight it again and click this quote button and actually create content with it. So this is kind of cool. You know, you can just create a little post, something simple, choose your colors, download it, post it. That's why I recommend, you know, click the buttons, highlight, see what's hidden there, because this tool is all about the highlight. Once you highlight, cool things pop up. All right, so what we're going to do here is transfer it now to Notion. This is the final part of the process. So I'm taking this page because I want the content from it, I want the transcript, and I want to be able to repurpose the content. So I'm coming over here. By the way, we don't have time for this today, but this Hatch tool is really cool. It combines your content and makes new content for you. So much stuff you can do in Glasp, but it's just going to take us time to go through all of it. So come over here to this share button and click export to Notion. This is where the magic happens. So it's going to automatically send it to that page that you created. So now I can just click the Notion button and it's automatically added to the database with the tags. So that's why it's important for you to go ahead and tag it. Oh, Stephanie, you're so nice. High level. I love the gems. You all are so nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about this because this is what I've been using and it's really been helping me so much. So I'm glad that you are finding it helpful. Let's see. Okay. So now what we want to do is it's going to take us into Notion, take us to a new page that it created in the database. And for the final part of this process, we are going to grab the cleaned up transcript and add that to the page. Another thing I want to say is one thing I've started doing in the name of all of this content organization is making sure that I'm naming my chats in Chat GPT. Because remember, when you use the text Makeover tool, it's going to create a new chat for you. You want to rename the chat so it keeps it organized because you want to be able to go back to that chat once you have the transcript cleaned up. And by the way, you can save it. You know, you can add a property here. You can save the link so that you can easily go back to the chat. But this is the page that it created. It looks really nice. It gives it a title. It gives it the tags to help you categorize. So now any content that I tag with Second Brain, you know, it'll give it to me all together, which is really amazing. That's another nice thing about Notion is that it's not just about organizing our content, but it's about linking it together. We want to link our content. So if I'm over here watching all this different content about personal branding or Notion or Second Brain, whatever, I want to be able to link it together and then create new content from that. So what it will do, it's really nice. It'll create the page, it'll embed the YouTube video so you can actually watch the YouTube video again. This now becomes your landing page for the content. You can share this with your community, your audience. You can create content about this. Thank you, Dan. So good to see you here. Thank you, Delois. I have so much content in Chat GPT too. That's why we have to organize it. So if you have a place that you know you can copy, paste, and then put it into, you're much more likely to actually organize. And look, it even adds in your highlights and notes, which is really cool. Para is not located, I'm creating a template for it, but I built that. What you see there, I built it using this video. So I literally took this video, watched it, but then I also took the highlights and I used Text Makeover GPT to clean up the transcript. And now I'm going to show you how to actually take this. So we're back over here in Chat GPT. And this is why I said to, organize, because you want to come over here. You can click these 3 buttons, and this is where you can rename. Okay. You see here, it didn't finish generating. So I could just click continue, but I'm not going to because this is for the video. But what you really want to do here is go ahead and copy this cleaned up transcript. And we are going to put it into our page that we just created in Notion, our content page. I like to call this the anchor page. Okay. So I'm back here. And I can just paste in the content. Okay, so I just copied in Chat GPT. And I pasted here. So now I have a nice cleaned up transcript. Okay. And there's a couple of other things I can do here too. So the other thing I like to do is come back to Glasp. And I like to look at the AI summary and copy that. Oh, I didn't show that. Hold on one second. So you can come here to Glasp, come to AI summary, copy the AI summary, and now go back to Notion. And I'm sharing all this stuff like the templates, how to build all this. This is all part of the weekend startup curriculum. Okay, so I'm giving you pieces of it here, but if you want to be part of it, it's definitely the best program I've ever put together. I'm really excited about it. That's who has inspired me to build this content, the founders. So if you want to be a part of it and join the founder program, right now it's free for founders, then let me know. I'd love to have you be a founder. You can DM me, email me. So now I have the summary in here, which is nice. Okay, so that's it. And everything is here, nice and organized in my Glasp highlights. And again, I can add this now to my command center under projects so that I have it all there. This one lives under the content creation program. Delois, I appreciate you. She said, sign me up. I'd love to have you, Delois. I miss you. I love when y'all come back from Clubhouse. Okay, so final thing I want to show you, because we are going to start wrapping up. I'm sitting outside in Miami right now. It is so hot, y'all. But let me know if you have any questions. And by the way, I'm really trying to live build daily. So make sure that you're signed up to my newsletter so that you know. Oh, no, what happened? Storage operation did not complete. I don't know what that is. Sorry, technical difficulties. The last thing I wanted to show you all, let's see if it's going to let me, is just very simply how you can come in here. Okay, it looks like we're back. So I don't know what that storage was for, I guess for Notion, but Notion's fine for me. So I don't know what's going on there, but okay. So let's see, Delois had a question. Is there a reason you chose X for your primary channel? Yes, because I love the people there and I love talking about AI, and X to me, it's also, it's so up and coming. Like there's so much magic happening there with spaces and with live streaming and just everything that's being built over there is amazing. So I'm spending a lot of time there, but I'm starting to definitely not move over, but add to YouTube and to LinkedIn. So this is why I'm doing this with you all, because I had to come up with a system for myself with the Avas for posting all this content and having a way to save content. So I really wanted to share this with you. So last thing I want to say is, and we'll make this interactive. Thank you so much. Stephanie said, yeah, at least a few days a week. Yeah, new month, new things coming. Absolutely. I'm committed to, this is a big campaign we're running the next 30 days. So if you all want to be part of it, please do. We have a summer camp coming up, 2 weeks, train the trainer, big things. We want people a part of the agency, making money together. Yeah, Delois, I'm glad you're here. Monique, glad to hear that you are still using Notion. That's really good. I always feel good when I go back to Notion. So let me know, what do you all want to create? We can, now that we have the cleaned up transcript, we can create anything. So I'll give a few seconds. If somebody wants to, you know, tell me what kind of content you might want to create from this. Uh-oh, what happened? Did I lose it? What kind of content you'd want to create from this transcript all about building a second brain. This transcript is building, if you want to know how to build para, this is how I learned how to build it. I'll also be teaching you all, but you can skip ahead and learn yourself. I learned para from this video. So you see at the end, it says, would you like to turn this into a creative work? And Delois says ebook. Now, here's my recommendation. And I do recommend starting with a big, hefty, I call it an anchor piece of content. That could be an ebook, it could be a guide, it could be an article, it could be a course, and then breaking it down from there. That's how we repurpose. So start big. So I love ebook. You could do a thread. You could also do a single post, but I find it better to take this cleanup transcript and then break it down into the next segment, which would be an ebook. That's perfect. And then from there, my recommendation is to start small, like with an outline. So I would say, please use this text to create an ebook outline with, maybe you decide how many chapters. I'll say 8 chapters. That focuses on, and I would in your prompt, say a little bit more about you, your target audience, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to keep it kind of short. And a lot of times I do, and it still creates great content that focuses on building a personal, right? I want my content to focus on building a personal brand, because that's what this campaign is all about with the weekend startup and summer camp, about building a personal brand as a content creator using AI tools and needing a second brain system. Okay, I'm just like making a random prompt there, but just describe what you want your ebook to be. The point here is to start with, I recommend starting with chapters and an outline, and then building each chapter one at a time, because it is hefty. Now, the cool thing about this, so it's going to give me the outline. What I would do now is take each one of these chapters and make each one of them their own content tree. This is where it gets powerful. So we take chapter 1 and the summary, and now I can say, turn this into an article, and I could post this article on Medium, LinkedIn, all over. Turn this into an article. Oh, and this is a hack I've been using because of 4.0. Okay. Turn this into an article. And remember, I just highlighted and copied chapter 1. So I'm going to tell it to turn chapter 1. If I wanted to keep building the ebook, of course, I would just keep going. I'd look at the chapters, make sure I like the outline, and then just say, okay, now create chapter 1. And then I'd look at chapter 1 and then create chapter 2. And as I'm going, I'm copy, and this is what a lot of us are not doing because we're moving through fast. Create chapter 1. When you're happy with it, copy it and paste it into your Notion project. This is what we don't talk about enough, is taking our content from Notion, or sorry, from ChatGPT or wherever we're creating content and putting it into Notion. Okay, so turn this into an article. Oh, and this is a hack. This is really good. Okay, this is when it gets really good, because you can add links now because of ChatGPT 4.0. So one of the things to really make this look like a special article with references is you can say, turn this into an article and include relevant links and resources, okay? The better you prompt this, just like anything else, the better your content is going to be, but you don't have to give it super extensive prompting. And now I'm pasting in chapter 1. So it's using chapter 1 in the summary to now create an article. And now from here, I can turn this article into a presentation outline. I can turn it into a thread. I can turn it into a video script. I can turn it into a faceless video script. I can turn it into individual posts. Oh my gosh, there's so much I can do. So look here, it created me an article, and it even gave me some resources, which is really cool. So it gave me more other things. Gave me content creation tools, ChatGPT. Yeah, this is great. And of course, it even gave me Tiago Forte's website, which is the creator of the Second Brain book, the writer and the system. And he's the one that did Para. Yeah, I mean, look at all this. This is just one chapter of our ebook. I could even make this the chapter, right? Or I can just make it an article. And then from here, like I said, I can do whatever I want. I mean, there's so much with this. You can break this up, and now you have posts. This could be a smaller post. Okay, I'm enjoying this so much, and you all are actually engaging with me. So I'm going to just show you one last thing. I got a bonus thing for you. I wasn't going to do it because I'm hot, but this is fun because it looks like you all are liking this. We're liking the content repurpose. We like. It is like having the ability to use 100x or 1000x Microsoft. Yep, you can just keep going and going. I love focusing on the outline. Yeah, for sure. That's why I do that, because you don't want to just be like, write me an ebook. You want to be able to go, chapter by chapter. And like I said, you can break it down. Yeah, I love the idea of repurposing others' content. Me too. I mean, I'm watching it all the time. So this is how we go from consumer to creator, consumer to creator. Okay, Dan says bonus. All right, cool. So let's do bonus. I'm going to, and we're kind of closing up. So if you all have any last questions, just make sure you put it in the chat so I can answer. I scheduled this for an hour. Normally it's an hour and a half. This is better as an hour and a half. I was just being a baby, but now that I'm here, I'm having so much fun with you all. Okay, so let's go to later. Oh no, wait, before we go to later, I want to show you all. So remember, we take this content and then we can put it into our publishing and shipping calendar. Okay, so I can post this in there. You want to put it in there before you put it into Later or Hootsuite or Metricool, whatever you're using to post content. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to take this and I want to show you that now I can break up this article and create posts. So this is a post right here. Personal branding is the practice of marketing yourself and your career as a brand. It is how you present yourself to the world. For content creators, a strong personal brand can establish credibility, build trust. This is a post, okay? So I'm just copying this. I can even highlight it and get it added to Glasp. Anytime you highlight, it automatically goes to Glasp, which is amazing. So now I'm going to come over here to Later, which is a new tool. Let me know if you all can. Are you using any tool to help you schedule and post and distribute content across multiple platforms? So this is Later. I'm using the free version. So far, it seems very user-friendly and wonderful. Try it out. I'm just trying it out, but it allows you to post content to Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, X. It's amazing. So on the free plan, you can't do all of those, but I'm mostly on X, YouTube, and LinkedIn anyway. So in those, I can do all those. So that works for me. I probably will upgrade when I like a tool and we use it. I have no problem upgrading. Okay, so Stephanie says Hootsuite and Meta Biz. All right, cool. She also says super saucy. We do not like the dry food. That's right. Dan says I'm using Restream, but for video content, I use Hootsuite, but felt limited. Okay. Yeah, so far, Later seems really user friendly. And so I just copied that post, right? So you'll need to make your connections, of course. Come up here, connect your accounts. I can just click create post. This is important. I mean, so we just got done organizing all of our content and everything. I showed you how to create content. But now you got to actually get it scheduled. So if you can spend, an hour or two just getting as much of that calendar posted coming up, then every day, even if you're not able to post that day, you've got content going out, which is so important. We got to get our content out there. So I can come in here now. I can, sorry for scratching my nose on camera, but I'm outside and I have allergies. Just excuse me. I lost my video connection again, so I'm going to try to load up. But we'll go into later more. That was the bonus. I wanted to make sure that I showed you all, and I'm new to it. Okay, so I could show you what I was about to do. If it loads up, then I will. I was just going to take the copied posts that I got from the article and put it into a later post to show you how you can then schedule it later on X, LinkedIn. You can schedule your shorts. There's so much here. This is what I'm going to be focused on for the next 30 days, especially because of this weekend startup program. So again, if you all are interested, Deloa said Buffer AI is free for social media scheduling and you get 3. Okay, that's good to know. I like to hear about these different tools, especially when they're free, because I'm all about, trying out the different stuff that's out there. This is going to be so helpful when creating content for my AI Faith and the Church Faith Facebook group. Oh, I love hearing that. AI Faith and the Church Facebook group. That is awesome, Delois. Thank you for being here. Daniel said, this is the perfect day to do this. Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to do it. I'm like, we got to get right. I cleaned my kitchen this morning, like the tidy where I'm in the back corner, I'm like, we got to get right. Let's get Notion together. Let's build our command center. It's the first day of the week, first day of the month, first day of the quarter, first day of the second half of the year. I mean, it's like, look, let's get it together. Also, I'm turning 40 next month. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And I really want to supercharge this agency, that I've been building with the Avas. So that is why we're doing this big campaign. Also, we have, like I said, we have the weekend startup coming up. I'm sorry, the weekend startup has started. We have the summer camp coming up. So that's a big campaign too. All right, you all, we have a couple minutes left because I decided to go until almost 90 minutes. So last thing I want to show you here, if it allows me to, is how to, by the way, I'm using StreamYard. That's what I'm using to stream these live streams, and I absolutely love it. That's a whole other content repurposing system. Because when I do this video that you're watching right now, we go into content repurpose mode. So the AVAs come in, they get the transcript, they download the video, they're cutting it up, they're using Canva to create thumbnails and intros and posting it, and we're taking the transcript and doing what I just showed you, creating content out of it. So there's so much you can do with your own content and with other people's content. So yeah, I just come in here and just paste the post. It looks like it was too long, so you got to make sure. Oh, sorry, that was the title. Don't put the post in the title. That was the wrong place to put it. So I should not have put it there. Do you need a title? I guess you need a title. I'm telling you, this is my first time trying this. And let me not actually publish this, but this is where you can, let me start over. I did this all wrong. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, let me start over. Please excuse me. Leave. Is there someone who gives value across all platforms and modality? It is, oh, if there is someone, it is you. Thank you for all the passion. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. I wonder why I'm getting an error here, though. Error. Let's click on this. I want to see what this error is about. By the way, when you all sign up to these new platforms, make sure that you're doing their checklists, you're looking at their videos. You definitely want to optimize your usage, you know, especially before you give anyone your money, please. All right, so, okay, I'm having some issue with my connection, I guess. That's why I was getting that error. But it looks like it's pretty easy to do. You can just come here to, again, you have to set up you have to connect your different accounts. Okay. Thank you so much, Shola. Come up here, create your post. Once you click, you can do this a couple ways. So you can upload your media, upload your images. And by the way, what do you all use for images? I'll tell you what I use. I'll tell you my favorites. I appreciate you too, Stephanie. Thank you. So I'm using Ideogram and Dolly for AI generated images. And then my favorite non-AI generated is Unsplash. So if you need an image, maybe you're posting on Instagram or somewhere that requires an image, you can use those tools. And so there's a couple ways that you can go about this. You can either click the, I know I keep going through the same process, probably driving people nuts. But I just want to show you can start this two ways. You can upload media first by just clicking upload. Or you, and then once you upload media, it all comes in here, which is nice because then once you have the media here, then you can just drag and drop it where you want it scheduled, which is really nice. So you can do it that way. So if we look at an example here, I'm just opening up, I just added an image. And you can drag it to the calendar to schedule. So I have this image here. That was the quote post that I did earlier from one of my highlights. And let's say I want to schedule it Wednesday at 9. I can just drop it in there. Oh, sorry, I chose the wrong, I'm on the wrong, okay, this is important. We're learning live. You have to choose the right platform. So I'm not posting this to YouTube. That's a video site. So let's say I want to post this to LinkedIn. I need to choose LinkedIn. It will not let me post on a platform that doesn't take that kind of content. So here it is. Yeah, so I would just drag it. Let's say I wanted to do 12 o'clock. Okay, I can just drag it there. It's going to auto publish. I will not actually publish this. This is just for the demonstration. But yeah, so now it's published for LinkedIn. The other cool thing is I can click on this. I can also do it the other way by clicking create post, and then I can click what day I want to schedule it and all of that. You see up here, it only gives you, I think, about 12 per month. So, you know, if I run out of it and it was useful, then I usually upgrade if I'm actually using it for my business. But here I can click on it and actually come in and now create my caption for it if I want. This is really important. Oh, come over here, make sure you've got it published on the right day and time. Look up when your audience is most engaged. You know, look at the data. Okay, you all are answering. Thank you. Ideogram, Unsplash. Yeah, I love Unsplash. I didn't know about Pixabay. What's Pixabay? I need to know about Pixabay. Dolly and Pixio, all these Pixas. I love it. Okay, so this is really important. This is the last thing I'm going to show you, and then we're closing up shop. So I just created this post for LinkedIn, but if I also want to do it for X, I can just click copy post. This is really nice. Now, maybe on the paid plan, you can automatically just click multiple, but I'm on the free plan. So I'm going to click Twitter, and now I can copy post so that it also, if I can post something to LinkedIn, I can also post it to Twitter. So I did discover that was a little trick that I discovered. Okay. So yeah, so now it's scheduled for Twitter as well. I can change the time if I want, of course, change the caption, and that's it. I'm going to have to come back in here and unschedule this stuff so it doesn't actually schedule, because I was just in here playing around and I'm like, oh Lord, let me go in there and fix it so that it doesn't actually schedule something. All right, you all. Well, I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions in this last couple minutes as I am closing up shop here. Oh my gosh, it's so hot in Miami. Pixabay is similar to Unsplash. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right. Well, I'm very open to knowing what you all would like to see next week. We've really put everything together: landing page, app, chatbot, agent. That's your MVP. So now it's about marketing, selling, promoting, and creating a content plan will hopefully help you all a lot. I'm going to keep teaching this content creation system because there's a lot to it. This was just one piece. But also, the Avas and I are for hire. We have our agency, One Click Creator. We can repurpose your content. We start at $200 a month. We can take 2 hours of, maybe it's a live audio transcript or a video, anything, 2 hours worth of transcripts, and repurpose that. We can create your ebook. We can create your content calendar. We can do all types of stuff for you. So just reach out. We would love to help you. We're a nice, friendly crew. And yeah, let's see. Deloitte says, at least you're in Miami. Absolutely. Oh, yes. And if you want to join the weekend startup, we'd love to have you. I'm onboarding people one at a time because it's a very personalized program. And the founder program is my lifetime membership program right now. Would love to have you in that. So just reach out, connect with me, join us at aiforeducreators.com. That's the community link and the website with all of the content, lots of content there. But main thing I want you to take away from this is organize your content, have a place to put it, and make sure that you're owning your content. You don't want all of your content living on another platform, right? So if you have something like Notion, Evernote, Google Docs, even, whatever you want to use, whatever you're comfortable with. Thank you, Stephanie. All right, this was fun. Thank you all so much. It's been real. We'll do it again next Monday. If you're on the email list, then you'll get the invite. Take care, everyone.